Hi, Karen with you today. Thank you so much for joining me for a Cut to You design team layout. And I'm also solving case file 369 of the CSI Challenge blog as well. Now, the challenge this month is all about Halloween. And I'm not really a huge Halloween fan, but I can absolutely embrace the colours of Halloween, so the purples and the oranges and the black. So that's what I'm going with for this particular layout. So I'm not doing a Halloween themed layout, but I'm definitely going along with the prompts in terms of the evidence that we need to collect and also the colour palette as part of the colour prompt as well. And I'll talk a little bit more about the evidence in a moment. So I'm starting off my layout with some mixed media, and I have pre-gessoed my white cardstock, and I am just using some colour sprays from Colour Blast Be Arty in the colour of indigo and also sunset to give that purple and orange feel across the page. The cut file I'm using today is called Crossword Background Number 1, and I'm focusing the layout more to the center and around. It's going to arc around the page from the right hand side, bottom left right hand side over to the top right hand side, and as it builds, it'll make a little bit more sense. And with the cut file, I did cut it out on white cardstock, but off camera I did spend some time and painted it in black using a paint pen as well. I really wanted to use the dramatic part of the black for this layout. So you'll see there that I've left a square of the crossword on the page as well. I had thought about moving some and actually completing and filling out more of that across the page, but I actually only end up using that one there. I ended up really liking that I'd put it there, so I kept it there. So I am following some of the evidence as well. So I'm going to list off some of that as I'm building this layout. So I'm putting some layers underneath my photo there, which is a photo of Jacob. This is several years old, this one. I think he's about 14 here, I think. It was taken at Christmas. I do know that because of some background that I did cut away from the photo. So part of the evidence that I gathered to solve this case file this month was polka dots. And, I should say, the collection that I'm using is Paige Evans' Wonders collection. And this was perfect. There was plenty of orange and purple within that collection, which that's not found very often. So this was just perfect. So I have gone along with backing the photo there with some of the patterned paper from the smaller paper pad, and it follows the prompts of polka dots. So there's polka dot paper, patterned paper. There's the prompt of glitter, and as much as I didn't use glitter on the page, there is gold foil on that patterned paper, and I do come in a little bit later and use some gold spray. There is also the concept of putting birds or another animal. So I have used that butterfly, that purple butterfly at the top of the page. And obviously I've gone with the colour as well. So there's black, orange, purple and white as part of the colour prompt. So which was absolutely perfect for this. So I've created some clusters around the page. And because the Paige Evans ephemera is quite large, it didn't really need a huge amount of ephemera, but I really loved how I was able to cascade the clusters around the page. I actually love that cluster at the bottom right hand side. I love how that came together. So that came together from also using some of the clear stickers that I stuck down on some white cardstock there and just turned them into ephemera pieces and just created that cluster on that bottom right hand side. I think that's my favourite part of this layout. So I just want to talk briefly about the cut file as well. There is actually another crossword background cut file available, and I thought I'd mention that as well. And that does actually have components of the crossword actually full. So some of the squares are actually solid squares around the cut file. So there's two options, and both are fantastic. So yeah, I did want to mention that there is two different types of crossword backgrounds on the website. I've just added in a few tags as well. Now, what I did while I was creating this one, I started using that cluster there at the top of the page where I've got that little moth, but that was not at all. If you look at that right now, that is not at all giving you any, triangle or any, what's the cohesiveness around the page. So I do move that to the top right hand side, so that gives that arch. And a lot of my layouts I love doing that cascade type approach with my layouts, particularly. So that you'll see that in just a moment. To finish off the layout, I do add a little bit more mixed media that you will see that I did do off camera. This is one of those classic ones where I pulled it together and came back the next day and went, oh, there's things missing. And I'd also taken a photo of it and went, no, this is definitely, it's missing something. So I think that's a tip. If you ever feel that you're not sure whether something's sitting right or whatever, I actually take a photo of my layout and I look at it objectively. Then you can sort of, for some reason, seeing it up on the screen, you can sort of see, oh, I've missed that there, or it needs something here. And it just gives you that added little bit of extra, I think. If you're ever stuck, put it down, take a photo, come back, and then you'll probably see where, oh yeah, I should put this over here. And that was very much what I had to do with this particular layout. In amongst my stash as well, I found some sayings that I just fussy cut out, and I've got some sticker books and just add some sticker phrases to this photo. There's nothing actually memorable about this photo, if you know what I mean. We're not celebrating anything. I think it was Christmas Day. It was just a random photo I took on that day. So I'm not focusing on why I took that. I'm just focusing on it that I think it's a great photo of Jake. And I love scrapping Jake. So that pretty much finishes the layout. After I do go in, you'll see on my close-ups, there is a little bit more mixed media just at the below of the purple flower there at the cluster with the photo. The mixed media didn't come out far enough, so I do add a little bit more of the orange and so a little bit more of the purple. And on the top right hand side as well, I also add in a little bit of the sprays as well, with a brush and a little bit of water. So I will leave in the comments below, in the description box below, I will leave links to the store, and I'll also leave a link to the Cut to You headquarters Facebook group as well. This is a place where we all go to share and talk about our scrapbooking, and it's a great group to be a part of. So we'd love to see you join up and share what you're creating at the moment with your cut files. And I hope I can see all your layouts in the CSI challenges as well. So as always, I thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.